Hi everyone, it's Debbie with BookAndBuJo. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am setting up my April bullet journal. Let's start with a flip through from March and then we'll get into some supplies and then the setup. So for March, I kind of had my little portrait silhouette theme, and every time I flipped to this page, it made me happy. It brought a smile to my face. I just really liked the coloring and how everything came up and the lock and the key. Loved it. My calendar page, my gratitude page. Again, I always film this kind of early, so it's not fully set up, but I can show you from previous month what it looks like all filled out. This was February, so if you want to see one that's completely filled out, kind of the after the pen, there's that. And then we have movement tracker, my exercise, meditation, that kind of stuff, self-care things, habits and cleaning tracker. It's kind of sparse so far. I need to get to some cleaning. My Devo tracker and books read. And I have my goals and kind of the dashboard, master lists, routines I'm testing out or just seeing what some of my routines are and if I want to continue with those. And then we have my weeklies with some of my weekly routines up here. And then this is kind of where we are with my little moon bookmark. And I am loving the Dutch door pages with the little sticker tabs. I am really liking those still. And then this will be my favorites page at the end, and then we'll get into March. And I do have some things in here, so I have some stickers and some locks and keys and things like that of things that I am planning on using. And most of those stickers are from the Mystical Ephemera book, although one of them is from this Reading Time ephemera. I am continuing to use my Archer and Olive A5 white dot grid notebook. Move that to the side. I've got some washi tape moons, which I always use these pretty much every setup. I love those. And those are from Journal Say, as well as this gardening one. Here we go. And this one is really cute, and I'm excited to use some of these in my setup this month. Going for kind of that springtime, somewhat garden-y feel. And some more Journal Say items. I do have a discount code, and I will leave that down below, but it is code Debbie, and that will give you 8% off your purchase, and that is stackable with the sales. And I have a couple of these red corridor sticker books, and these ones have a bunch of flowers. It's like bookcases with flowers and just feel like springtime. Let me show you a few of them here. They're just so cute. They have like all these little springtime flowers, and I just love them. So cute. And got a whole bunch of different kinds in here. And I'm sure I will find some use for some of these. I feel like some of these will work with the little locks and keys that I have as well. Okay, what else do I have in here? Oh, that's right. I do have a few of my snakes left, and they all have these kind of florals all around them, so I may use one or two of those in this setup as well. I have some lace stickers, so they come in white and black. You get each design in the white and in the black. And there's basically one page of each of those. So I have some thoughts about using those. And then one more set of stickers. I don't plan on using the foresty ones, more just the kind of backyard kind of stickers. So like just like a regular tree, not necessarily the pine tree. And there's quite a few of these really cute ones in here as some background ones. So like I'm not going to use either of these because that's more fall and forest kind of things, but I do like just the regular trees. There's some really cute ones in there. There's another one. So I'll probably may or may not use some of those. Like I always have thoughts of what I'm going to use at the beginning, and then by the end I go completely different directions. So we'll see if I stick to my plans or not this month. I know for March I kind of came in with a very vague theme of just like some silhouettes and the little portraits that I liked that I had stickers for. And that was about all I had planned. And I ended up loving how that came out, just kind of going on the fly. So maybe I'll do that again this time. Okay, what else do we have over here? We'll stick with the Journal Say products first. So I have some of these locks and keys that I have been using throughout, and these ones are kind of fun. Blue's not really the color I was going for, but I think it'll still work. Kind of more pastels and Eastery colors. I do have a hole punch that does the little stars, and I did do a couple, I had a couple of the little stars left, and little bits and pieces of things, and some of the ephemera paper. I was thinking of more like using parts of the border. And I thought even if I just use kind of that little section as a border, and then I can use the middle some other time. But there were some cool ones in here that I liked. Love the butterfly. And since it's kind of that time of year, things are starting to bloom and the fun springtime animals are coming out, like butterflies and the hummingbirds. So cute. Love all of those. And I think that's all of the Journal Say products that I have. And all of these washi tapes, I think all of them. These washi tapes are from the Miss Time washi tape set. And I am surprised I still have as much as I do, because I do use these almost every month. And then this one was just a random washi tape I got for Christmas one year. Not sure where it came from. And then some more from that Mystical Ephemera book. More little bits and pieces that I may use because I like the little flowers down at the bottom here. And then for pens, I have lots. And I keep dropping everything, but that's okay. We'll get through this. Let me kind of move these out the way. All right, we have some Tombos, and it's all is a pastel pack that I had. And we have, let's see, the 723, the 243, 62, and 620. The pink is a little dark. It's not quite as pastel as the cap makes it look. It's a little more bright and bold, I guess you could say. So like here's that pink is this one here. But then that's the green and the purple, which I feel like those are much more of what the cap shows. And that one's just a whole lot darker to me. I don't know. And that's the yellow. So we'll use those. But I do also have this pink, which I used in the last setup. And I loved that pink, or I guess the February one for my reading journal. And I think these ones would be great. I do like this green. It's kind of fun. And those ones are the Pentel Sign brush pens. I think they're all signed. Yep. I have a green mild liner, which is the highlighter one. So chisel tip on one side and the marker tip on the other. I have a Tombow Twin Tone. And this one, again, is a little brighter and darker than I would think for the pink. So it's a lot similar to that one. If you can tell, it's that tiny little line there. But I think I could use that one, and I do like the fine tip is super fine. It's like a 0.38. It's really nice. And then this side actually is fairly fine as well. And then lastly, I have a Papermate Inkjoy in the 0.7. And most of these are almost out of ink, but I'm going to use them up until they are gone. And of course, most of them, the clips have broken off. And yeah, I use these a lot for a lot of things. So that's the supplies I plan on using for April. And I'm going to clear all this stuff out of the way, and then we're going to get into the cover page. All right, let's get started on the cover page for April. I did find a couple of quotes that I liked and kind of, I think I used both of them. Yes, I did. I used both of them. And when I put one of them in there, it kind of messed up the original design I was going to do, because I was originally going to cut this out to make a little Dutch door and then see the little door underneath, a little pathway. But then I wrote my other quote here, and I didn't want to redo it. So I came up with something different and put this one here, and then we'll have a little door that just opens that. I'm still not quite sure if that's what I want to do. I think what I really should be doing is moving this quote over to here and have it on the top and bottom of this, and then still use this, cut this out and have this be more of a actual door. That's probably going to be what I end up doing, but it just looks so nice. I didn't want to erase it. You know, when you have those days when you just have something that just, yeah, it took a while to get it all right and looking nice, and then you're like, oh, it's in the wrong spot and I have to erase it, and you just don't want to, so then you try and punt and do something different. But I do kind of want the door, because this would open, these pages keep sticking, I kind of want to have this so it opens up and you see that instead of this, especially since I cut this out exactly that size. If it had been just a little bit bigger, I think this would work more. I mean, I have more of this green. Oh, I have this one. I could use that actually. I could use that one. And then I can still use the same size cutout, but just make the door a little bigger. And I could put like a hinge on here too, so it opens. And I can still put this on the inside. Thinking on the fly here. Because then I kind of also want to do the lock on here. And then have a key here as well. But I think I'm going to have to trim this down to put the key there so it doesn't interfere with the door itself. Or I could put the key here. Oh, actually, maybe put the key up at the top or use a smaller key. Maybe that, and then it would open up to then reveal this guy here. I think that could work, because then it would open up and then you would see that. Okay, maybe. Maybe have a door within a door, so this opens. This opens. No, now it's just getting crazy. Okay, so maybe I will do that. Let me get all this extra stuff out of the way here. All my little ideas, I'm going to do like a thinking of doing like a little border here around April. And then the other option is I could put the April up here. No, I don't want anything else on this page, but I mean, I could put the April on the door itself, which would be fine. And then just spread this out so it takes up the whole thing, and then do a little border around it instead. Okay, so I mean, I could use these as borders, but I also have, there's more of the green. I have a couple of frames in here somewhere, the corner pieces. Yeah, I have a couple of corner pieces in here. Let me see. Do I just have the two? I think I just have the two in there. But with this one, I could use a smaller key. That one's a little bit smaller. So that's possible. That one's definitely bigger, or wider at least. So I have a smaller, that would get lost on there. That would have to be on the green if I used that one. Let's see. That one's about the same. That one's smaller, but not as, I want it a little busier. That one's a little smaller. Well, I like that one too. That one's bigger. Oof. But I do have, this one is a little smaller. It doesn't have quite as many of the flowers on it though. I want it to match that a little more. But I feel like that, well, I don't know. I almost feel like that's a little wider. Is it? Oh, it's about the same width. So not that one. I feel like most of these are about the same width. Yeah, they're all about the same width. That's right, we'll stick with those. And then for these, I was thinking maybe doing something like this, or even on this side maybe, I like that better. And then put the April on the door, maybe a little smaller. and then move this up and these down so that the frames fit in there a little better. Okay, planning on the fly. Also, more supplies I forgot. How could I forget? My trusty favorites here, my sticker assist mat, the ruler, pencil, my glue stick, eraser. This one you can almost see the alien, everything but his head. The scissors and the tweezers. Very important, especially now that I'm going to be erasing some stuff. But I do like that, and then I'm also going to have to move this quote over to here. See if I can put that up here and make it a little smaller. That way I can cut this out. The other thing is I could just put it across here, across the top and across the bottom. I think I'm going to do that instead. So if you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is and then garden over here, and then Frances Hodgson Burnett from The Secret Garden over on this side. I think that's what I'm going to do. Probably won't end up looking quite as nice as this one, but that's okay. And then I probably won't be able to do the moon sticker on this one, but that's okay too. Maybe I can fit it in over here. We'll see. Okay, so this is the plan so far, and I could do this and have it open this way. Could just have the key on here, but I'd rather have the key off, not on the door itself. So maybe there. But I can also make this door just a little bit, so I can just cut off like one row here, just to make it that much smaller, because I've got plenty of space. So I could do 1 or 2 rows off of it. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a little fold in here on the first dot. That way I can glue stick this down. I can glue that there, and then it opens much easier. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right about there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, right about there is where we want it. And I think if we cut some off, I'm gonna have to move it down one. So let's go here, and we'll say this is gonna be the first corner here. And then I can line it up from there. So that'll be the corner. Yeah, I think I am gonna go ahead and cut off the bottom row here, just to give a little bit more room for that key. And I'll grab my corner rounder and fix those edges. There we go. Run it back up there. And then we'll move this one. So that'll be here. No, I think I still need to go up one. I think there is okay. Okay, so I'm going to move this. I'm going to go here and here, and here and here. So that's about where the door is going to go. And then it'll open up, and I will cut that away. I can always make that cut just a tad bigger as well. So maybe up to here and here. And I might be able to go one more over on this side. So maybe, I think I'm going to cut the smaller one first. I may just use this outer part as a border, because I was going to put some of that lace that I have here. I was thinking of putting some of that along here just to make it a little prettier. I'm not sure if I want to use that, though. I mean, the white's not really going to show up unless I have like this green border on here, then the white would show up. But I may just do the black on there too, because there's some interesting ones in here. I'm looking at this one, it's kind of interesting. And that fits exactly in that space. I like that. So if not, I have to do, let's just take that out and make it easier. I wonder if I could use 2 of these. Not quite 2 of them would fit. Let me think on that as we get going. But yeah, that's my plan now. I think I will like that better. So I'll put the quote at the top and continue it at the bottom. Have this in the middle. And then this I will cut out to open up to that. Okay, let's get started. And now for a final flip through. I have a quote from Rumi, and it says, "The heart is a secret garden, its trees unseen. 100 hues it blossoms, unchanged, serene." And then some of the washi tape or PET tape I was using had the little quotes in there, and this one says, "In the secret garden where roses whispered their secrets to wandering souls, time stood still and dreams bloomed like delicate petals." Then I have the little doorway with the key and the lock, and that opens up into this little secret entrance through a little garden archway. And then on this side, I just cut out the middle of this paper so you can see. And then put the little April calendar on there. And then a quote from The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. "If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden." And then a bunch of little gardening tools. My monthly calendar, and another one of those little quotes from the PET tape. "The delicate strokes and loops of cursive writing weave a tapestry of nostalgia and elegance." And garden time. The one over here said, I think it said flower. Yeah, flower. And then my verse of the month is Psalm 1:3. "He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruits in its season, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers." Cute little owl. I have my moons here, and then I will put my events here, any upcoming ones. And then we have my gratitude page and my movement trackers. So my EFT, meditation, and then whatever workout I do. My habit tracker and cleaning trackers. My Devos. Oh, I forgot to put that up at the top. And so my devotionals and my TBR. And I just put a bunch of little book covers in here, and I will add whatever books I read into that. And then these are the ones that I do in the devotionals I do in the morning, and then these will be the ones I do in the evening. And then this one says Vintage Charm. "With a vintage charm, the garden unveiled an ephemeral beauty, where time seemed to pause, allowing us to savor the symphony of nature's melodies." And I thought the little bookcases with all the flowers were super cute. And then we move into my dashboard for the month. So priorities, master list, and then my priority goals for the month in each of the different areas. So I have career, creativity, health and wellness, hearth and home, relationships, souls, and senses. This one says, "Delicate petals. In the embrace of vintage aesthetics, we find solace and bask in the warmth of an era that exuded seductive grace." And then we move into my weeklies. So I have a spot for notes or memories, upcoming events, things like that will go into the extra space. And then I had fun using a bunch of the little garden stickers or PET tape from Journal Say. And again, I will leave everything linked down below that is still available, and my discount code is also down there. And I have fun with all my little tabs. They are a little bit different size, but I think it worked out okay. And then I had some extra space over here, and I'm going to put memories in that spot. I could have made that a Dutch door too and cut that out, but I think it works out fine how it is. And then my favorites, so things I'm watching like movies, TV series, YouTube, things like that. Listening to music, podcasts, that type of thing. Things I'm crafting and favorite things that I've been learning. And then planning and reflecting. So planning for the next month and reflecting on the month that just passed. And then that is all I have. So thank you so much for joining me today as I set up my bullet journal for April. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you want it, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other planning content. And if you made it this far in the video, leave some type of flower emoji in the comments to let me know that you are here. And until next time, keep planning. Bye!